Hi there, Jus4SweetZ here again. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Mexican lasagna individual pizza. I have done videos over the past week and I have a lot of leftovers from all the different videos I've made, and then some are just some leftovers I have from the food we have in our house. So I want to show you how to use some things up. I do a series of Food 911 and I'm starting to do a series of Dessert 911. Meaning the 911 is just, you have an emergency dinner going on and you need to just whip something up, maybe for an appetizer or for a meal. Same as with desserts. So, and it's using items that you already have in your home that you don't have to rush out to the store. It's substituting items for other items and just making it pretty much your own. So today's is a Mexican lasagna pizza. And I am using the very last of my torta rolls from doing my torta sandwich earlier in the week, and then yesterday doing my 3-cheese garlic bread on the torta roll. So I am making a Mexican lasagna pizza out of this roll, and it'll give me 2 individual pizzas, and I will share one with someone at work, and then I'll have one for lunch today. So what I've done is I have mixed 2 tablespoons of cream cheese that I've softened a little bit and 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And those are just mixed in a bowl. And then to this, you're going to want to add some chopped cilantro, tomato, you know. And mix that up in there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika, and you can do it to your taste. It just gives it a little Mexican flavor, a little smoky flavor. Add that in there, and we're going to add some ground pepper. Feel free to use coarse pepper, whatever you prefer. And a little bit of chopped fresh garlic, and also to your taste buds. There's no measurement here. It just depends on what you and your family like. Now you can double, triple this recipe and do it on French loaves if you want to make whole pizzas, or you know, if you have more individual rolls that you need to use up, you can do this on biscuits, English muffins, individual bread. You can do it on tortillas, anything that you can find in your kitchen that you need to use up the ingredients before they go bad, and so you don't have to throw them away and waste money. You can do it on any of them. You do not have to use a torta roll. You can use anything you want. So I've mixed that all up. You can see it's kind of got a little orangey flavor from the smoked paprika, and it's got little chunks in it. So that's all ready to go. Just scrape that down a little bit. Now we're going to take just a knife or spreader, whatever, and you're going to spread that on the bottom of this roll. I can smell the smoked paprika. And actually, I already have made one pizza, which is in the oven cooking, and this is leftover. So this is probably enough for 4 individual pizzas. And I'm kind of caking it on there too. So it kind of helps moisten the bread a little bit. Now normally you'd put sauce on the bottom, but because the bread's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit drier because it's not fresh. I want to moisten that bread up. I'm taking the one out of the oven that I just baked. So now what we're going to do is I have some leftover jarred traditional marinara spaghetti sauce that I didn't use at all. I just made my daughter a dinner one night and I've only used a quarter of the jar. And I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to use just a little bit. You don't want too much because we want to make it a little bit more Mexican, but you know, there's a lot of tomato base in their stuff. So we want to have that tomato on there. That's what's going to make it like a lasagna and like a pizza. So we want to go ahead and put that on there. Just spread that out, and some people like a lot of sauce and some like a little. So just whatever you like. Then what I'm going to do is I bought these patties at Costco, and they're jalapeno pepper, I'm sorry, and cheddar cheese pre-made patties. And I was eating them for lunch at work because they're already cooked, and I just had to heat them up. And I would just, like, you know, throw some goodies on top and eat it without bread. So they're just pre-made patties, and I only have a few left over, but I just cooked one in a pan, and I chopped it up with my meat. I have a meat chopper that you can find with any Pampered Chef consultant, and I use that as it's cooking and chop it all up so that you get more of a fine meat. So I'm going to take that meat, put it on top of the pizza. Again, as much as you like or as little as you like. If you don't like meat, don't put the meat on there. It's not a necessity. I'm just using up ingredients in my home. So there we go. We've got some of this on there. And again, I've already made one pizza. So everything I'm giving you is enough for 4 individual pizzas and not just 2. So this is the leftover meat. Now, you're saying, well, what if I don't have grilled patties or pre-made patties? Look in your refrigerator. Do you have sausage? Do you have chorizo? Do you have even pepperoni? Maybe you want ham on it. Anything you want, you can put on there. It does not have to be this particular thing. Even if it's just some ground turkey or some ground hamburger, you know, even if you want to do chicken, chicken would work on this as long as it's cooked before you put it on here. So it does not have to be this. I just happen to have these, and these kind of go with the theme of the pizza. All right, so we're done with the meat. Now we're going to move on to our pepper jack cheese that I've shredded. This is actually leftover from our dinner last night. So spread your cheese on there as thick as you like it. I like my pizzas cheesy, so I always put quite a bit on there. And just grate as much cheese as you need. Okay. Done with the cheese. Then what we're going to do is, I love jalapenos, and I have a jar of pickled jalapenos here. And I'm just going to stick a few on top of this, just to give it a little bit of an extra bite, a little bit more Mexican flavor. And I do actually make a Mexican lasagna, so that's why I'm calling this a Mexican lasagna sandwich, or sorry, Mexican lasagna pizza. I make a Mexican lasagna, and I still use the noodles, I still use the sauce, but I replace my ricotta cheese with the cream cheese and sour cream mixture. I put in the cilantro. I usually put in some chives and some garlic, and I always use pepper jack and sharp cheddar cheese instead of mozzarella. So I do make a Mexican lasagna, so this is my version of the pizza. And then at the end here, we're going to add, let me get a fork, a little bit of queso fresco on the top, or a lot, depending on what you like, and just kind of break it up. I mean, queso fresco is a Mexican cheese, and it's delicious, and we can't do a Mexican pizza without it. So let's get a little bit more, sprinkle it on top. Now, I'm going to top this off with a little bit of smoked paprika again, just a little bit, just to give some flavor on the top. You don't have to do that since we already have it in with the sour cream mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit on top for color and for flavor. So there's the smoked paprika. You can see how beautiful this looks. Look at that. If you watch one of Linda's pantry videos, I think she does a pizza, I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive she does one on a cedar plank out on the grill, and those give them a lot of flavor. So I don't have that going right now, I'm just doing it in the oven. Now what I've done is I've lined a small cookie sheet with parchment paper, and I've already cooked my pizza, so I want to show you what it looks like. Here for you. Okay, so we're going to set this on top of the parchment paper. You're going to put it in an oven of 425 degrees for about 7 to 8 minutes. And then I usually stick it on a low broil and keep checking it. You know, it can take anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes depending on how dark you like it. And just keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn it. So let's clean this out, and I'm going to show you the end result here. We have a scrumptious yummy individual Mexican pizza made out of leftovers in the home, so it's totally a food 911. You can see the queso fresco, the cheese is all melted, the jalapenos are slightly broiled, the meat's underneath, everything is nice and warm. It's got a little bit of crunch to the outside. It's really, really good, I promise. So, look through your refrigerator. See what you have to throw something together. Feel free to video response me and show me your ideas. But this is one of my many ideas that I came up with actually this morning to use leftovers in my refrigerator. Haste makes waste, so make sure you don't waste. Anyway, this is Jus4SweetZ. If you like my video, please push the like button. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them. Any questions, leave those. Anything. Go ahead and leave a response. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of fun videos. And I hope you have a great day. God bless.